Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Motorhead Garage is presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
This is Motorhead Garage presented by NHOU Protective Coatings, and this is a 1975 Camaro with some 1970 mixed in on the front end. It's been converted to a drag racing car, Danny. Steel rubber, you guys look at a lot of old vehicles like this. What are some of the things that start to go wrong with an older car?
Well, it's crazy to think about. This thing's already almost 50 years old. The weather stripping goes bad after 25 years or so. Whenever your door seal starts to break down, that lets water in. Water is bad for metal. It just exacerbates the problem. So you start getting rust, and you want to make sure everything is sealed as possible.
And also for wind noise if you're on the road, not so much for a drag racing car.
You don't want wind noise while you're drag racing either.
It keeps the rattles down. It makes you more aerodynamic on the drag strip too. And this is kind of the poster child for seals going bad, and that led to that hole down there in the rocker panel once the water started getting down in there. And you can see the old seal here. This is what we took off of this vehicle.
Yeah, that's all that was left.
So a new seal is going to be a lot more durable from steel rubber. Why is that?
As far as the seal goes, we design it from originals, make sure it fits and performs just like the factory. But we do have some more modern materials. The metal cores that are in the molded ends are brass. That holds onto rubber a lot better. It's not going to corrode, let go of the rubber, make it last a lot longer. As well as the rubber itself is an EPDM rubber, and that's UV resistant, ozone weather, so that's going to last a lot longer than the original material.
We've already changed this driver's side seal on both sides here. What was that process like?
For this particular seal, you got to peel back the door panel a little bit. We were able to do that just by undoing a few screws at the end, and that gives you access to the molded end. Then there's a couple screws that hold the molded end on, take those off. The rest of the seal is supposed to be held on with clips if the seal's there. So we took the clips out, and essentially it goes back on the exact same way. Line up the molded ends, set your screws, put your clips in, and that's it.
First, you should look at Steel Rubber's catalog to see if they have a replacement part for what you're doing. If they don't have it, why do folks want to hold on to that old seal?
So since we make our parts from originals, this part included, we take a customer's original in and we can make it. That's how all of our parts are made. Someone asks, hey, do you have this? No one else does. That might be something we're interested in. So look on our website, get our catalog, make sure you have a replacement part, and if there is, hold on to your original until you just don't need it anymore. Too many times people throw away their originals and they regret it.
Now let's look at the next seal here around the door. This is part of a kit you sell along with this door.
Yep.
The roof rail here, this one is really crispy. It's an old brittle seal.
Yeah, so this is an old seal. This one has a molded corner at the top, and then it's supposed to have molded ends, and those are now missing. But this one is super easy to replace. It's just held into a C channel. It's just kind of tucked in. They can just pull right out. Sometimes you may run into glue.
How do you remove it? If you've got the old glue and you've got to take this thing off and it's pulling apart.
So you'll want to take off as much rubber as possible, and then we recommend a 3M adhesive remover. It's not going to harm your paint, but it works really good at taking away all the adhesive and gunk that builds up under there.
What kind of seal do you want all the way around?
You know, you want a good surface to glue on. It doesn't have to be pristine or anything, but you want a good, clean surface that glue will hold on to.
Excellent. And here's the new seal from Steel Rubber.
Yeah, so what I would do is line up the corner, and we got our trusty tuck tool, and basically we will make sure that this rubber gets behind the trim here.
Can I find install videos and things at steelrubber.com?
Absolutely, yep, install videos, tech tips. A lot of times we get questions about someone who's trying to make something work. There's all kinds of stuff, and if you don't find the information you need online, we do have a great customer service staff.
I know I touched on this, but one thing that blows me away about Steel Rubber, if you let them know what make and model of the vehicle and what year you have, you're going to get an entire catalog just for your vehicle with every single part that Steel Rubber makes. And I think that goes a long way toward customer service for sure.
You know, it's one of those things where you're working on the car, we're the rubber experts, we can tell you exactly what goes on it. It just makes it so simple to go through the entire car. You know you need to replace the door and the roof rail, but there's a lot of little parts you may not be aware of.
Well, we're going to wrap this up, and while we do that, we're going to step away for a little bit. And this car still needs a little more attention on the trunk seal as well. So just a little bit later in the show, we're going to get to that. We've got some more cool products coming up next here on Motorhead Garage, presented by NHOU Protective Coatings. Do not go away.